So one of the things that I always argue with my dad was he used to tell me all the time that LeBron was better than Kobe. To me, he was the best one. So we used to go back and forward all the time. You know what? LeBron is better, and I used to say Kobe's better. To me, Kobe was up there with Michael Jordan. So this one really hit me. Kobe Bryant was born in 1978 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And since he was little, he had this Mamba mentality or obsession to be great, right? This guy had a mentality that was his lifestyle. So he said since he was 3 years old, he was around basketball. He used to go with his dad to practices. His dad was a 76ers player. So he used to go, and just to watch him to play. And I remember one story. He said that when he was 4 or 5 years old, 6, I don't really remember. He was paying attention that the other kids were always going on his right way. They always struggle on his left, dribbling like in the left way or on the left side. He made them dribble on their left side. And Kobe won every single match. So he was always observing. He says like this, you have to observe if you wanted to be great. So the first thing, his observation was very, very high. The second thing of the Mamba way, or the Mamba mentality, was his passion. This guy was so passionate about basketball. He knew that was the thing he wanted to do when he grew up, and he treated, since he was little, basketball in such a way that he was programmed to be better than everybody else. I'm telling you guys, I don't really think if he would have picked something else, he would have sucked. Because he was talented. He was obviously extremely talented in basketball. But it wasn't that. It was the passion. It was the work ethic. It was his mentality that got him to the level that, he got. That he could approach those levels because of his mentality. So he was so passionate about basketball, about the game, that him succeeding was just a matter of time. It was just something that was going to happen. Because he knew if he treated basketball this way, he would have go far. The next step on his Mamba mentality was obsession. He was obsessed. This guy was obsessed with basketball. This guy was obsessed with success. And I remember I was listening to this story. I don't really remember the guy who said this. It was, he used to be a basketball player. He said that, he used to remember this story that he went to the gym. They were going to play the LA Lakers. So he went to shoot the ball and, just get ready for the game. And when he got there, the first person he saw was Kobe Bryant. Now, he said, you know what, this is great. I have the chance right now to practice with Kobe. So, they spot, to each other, and they I guess, shoot a couple times, and, they just practice. But he was done. After, he was done, he said, I'm done. I'm going to rest a little bit, have a big game coming. But Kobe stayed. Keep shooting the ball. And this guy said, this guy is crazy. He's gonna be so tired for tonight. He watched him for around 10 minutes, then he left. He was gone. And Kobe kept shooting the ball. That night, Kobe killed them. Like, killed the other team, right? So after the game, he approached Kobe and asked him, like, yo, like, how do you do that? Like, I saw you just shooting the ball and practicing before and after I got, to the arena, and you kept going and you have so much energy. And Kobe told him, the reason why is because I saw you coming to the gym. And I told myself, there's no way this guy is going to outwork me. I have to show him the difference between him and I. And that's it. He was a different type of beast. And he came and showed it to him. I am Kobe Bryant. And you're in my house. I'm going to show you what playing basketball means. He had that type of obsession of outworking everybody else. So there's no doubt why this guy is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Because this guy was just a different type of beast. Now, the next part of the Mamba mentality is be relentless. You have to be relentless. He said that this obsession he had, this work ethic, it wasn't just a one thing going on. It was an everyday thing. He started doing this when he was in high school. High school. When kids are thinking about, partying and just having fun with his friends, he was thinking already about the game. So he was getting to the gym, his high school gym at 5 a.m. in the morning to shoot the ball, making some shots. Sometimes he was with his coach. Sometimes was with the janitor. But he was there. So you guys can see when he shoot the ball, like a lot of people thought he was arrogant. But it wasn't arrogant. Arrogant is when you actually think you're better than everybody else without being able to prove that. But when you shot the ball over and over and over and over, hundreds of times, you're confident because you've been doing this for a long time. You know what you can do. And that's one of the things that I got from this guy. His work ethic was insane. I can tell you guys, he could have his own company. He could have picked a different sport. And it didn't really matter. He would have made it no matter what he would have done. Because even though he was super talented, it was right here. It was right here. Everything was right here. Right? The next step is being resilient. He still had to pass through a lot of things. A lot of different things to get where he wanted to get. And you know what? Because of the amount of work he put on his body, you can tell he had a lot of different type of injuries. And I used to hear he said that, he used to get very upset, right? But after he was upset, he said, he used to sit and just to say, okay, you know what? I have a injury. What do I have to do next? Okay, this is what I have to do. Okay, physical therapy. Okay, what's after physical therapy? Okay, great. Stop shooting the ball slowly. All right, after that, what am I supposed to do? Start jogging slowly. So his power of recovering was insane. He was still human, so he would, he'll be upset. but he didn't dwell about it. He thought it's not about you. It's not all about you. You got this. Like, stand up, stop crying. And over and over. Like, I remember at the end of his career, this guy used to get injured all the time, but he used to come back and do it again because he was resilient. He didn't give up. He didn't dwell about it. He didn't cry about it. And what I would think is the most important thing about the Mamba mentality, he was fearless. There was nothing who could scare this guy. It's crazy. He never really saw it as something that he was scared. He just saw everything as a challenge, and he felt motivated by it. And he always found ways to succeed. Being scared, being afraid is a part of the game. It's going to happen. But the truth is, nobody that has been successful has been scared enough to not do what they have to do. And that's so important. That's extremely important if you want to succeed in something. Be fearless. Don't be scared of the challenges. Don't be scared of being outside of your comfort zone. Just go for it. Make it happen. At the end of the day, guys, this guy was a legend. He was a huge legend. And he accomplished that in 41 years of his life. Sometimes we can't understand why these type of things happen. Some people said that he was so good that God needed him to do a different type of mission somewhere else. But this guy left a legacy based on hard work, being a good person. Because believe me, no one that is a bad person, a whole nation will cry. A whole world will cry because he's gone. He was one of my biggest idols. He was. And whatever you are, bro, I really hope you rest in peace because you deserve it. You left a name, a brand right here. You proved that if you wanted to be one of the best, you can with hard work and passion. We will always have you in our hearts. And just make sure that you take care of your daughter in heaven. With all the respect and all the love. Thank you. Thank you. This is George with the Pack 52. Have a great night.